Okay, YouTube, I was going to try and make a vlog video with some gameplay in the background for you, like I've been meaning to do, like I've been trying to do lately. But unfortunately, I'm having terrible, terrible games in Master Duel and in X Defiant, just trying to get footage for a background video. I tried like 3 or 4 duels, and I got completely wiped in all those. Excuse me. So no usable footage, and I played a bunch of rounds of X Defiant and was just getting absolutely smashed. And I don't know why. Just a bunch of bad games in a row. I was playing bad, whatever. So I'm just gonna record this video as normal, quick vlog. Give you guys a health update. I had my stress test and echocardiogram, whatever, yesterday, the 28th of June, and basically that was a whole long day, running off of like 2 or 3 hours of sleep. I had to get up at 6:45 in the morning to get ready and then make my drive down to the cardiology, waiting in the hospital. I get there and we do whatever boring stuff, and then they have me lay on the table. They get ultrasound pictures, whatever, of my heart at its resting pace, and then we do the whole treadmill stuff. And I'm walking on the treadmill, and at the same time have a lady with the blood pressure thing around my arm taking blood pressure readings as I'm walking. Then every 3 minutes the speed increases, and I have to go up to the 4 or 5 interval speed. And by the time we get to the end, I am literally walking as fast, and I walk on the treadmill all the time. Like, that's one of my favorite things to do. Not favorite things to do, but like I really enjoy just walking on the treadmill, going for walks and stuff like that. And I was walking as fast as I have ever walked in my life. Like I am on one end of the school, and the only single stall bathroom is on the other end of school, and I have liquid diarrhea and I need to get there now, and I just got out of gym class with a sweaty ass crack. That's me walking on that treadmill. And it was so fast because I was not supposed to jog. They're like, we're gonna get you to the point where you would comfortably transition to a jog, but we want you to keep walking. So I'm like, fuck, okay. I got bad knees. My ankles are cracking the whole time, and it's also fucking 8 in the morning. So I'm doing that, and they're getting all their readings, and I'm walking as fast as possible for like a consistent 3 to 6 minutes. And then as soon as they're like, "All right, and stop," and then I have to, like, as soon as I stop, I had to go like flop onto the bed, get on my side, get into a position, pop open my gown a little bit, and then let her start taking more ultrasound X-rays of my heart as it's beating at its 160 BPM or whatever it was, 160, 180. I think it was 160. It was 86% BPM or whatever. And yeah, so they did that, and then they look at the pictures, and I'm sitting there like after all of it, like, all right, we're gonna get some answers. They're gonna see like, oh, you have a ventricle, blah blah blah. There's like a crimped blood big vein, your arteries being weird, or your heart's a little bit weak right here, or something. And they look at it, and there's 3 of them. They go, all looks good, everything looks fine, which is like, okay, um, so what does that mean? Because I'm ecstatic that it's fine, because I got test results back the other day for my blood work, and I had a high whatever. I had something that was like a couple percentage points too high, which, immediate quick Google search was like, ooh, heart disease, ooh, cancer, ooh, like all these things were just like, oh no, anxiety. I'm gonna die from cancer. I'm gonna die from heart cancer or something. Like, so when I see that, freak out a little bit. And I got some help to calm down from a couple people, which is I really needed, because I know not to look at Dr. Google and take that as law, but I still get worried. Can't help it. Get stuck in that circle of thought. And then I get a call from the doctor's office the next day. This is like, I think, the 6th or 7th or something, and they're like, hey, your blood results look good, everything's fine. And I said, but what about this high reading I saw on my patient portal? And she's like, oh no, that's fine, that's nothing, it can fluctuate a little bit, and you being 0.1%, she said, even though the chart for what I saw was like 0.3% compared to averages. She said 0.1%, so I guess they have different information than I do. Said nothing to worry about, that's normal, blah blah blah, for someone your age, yada yada yada. So I went, okay, so, but that made it even more confusing of when I get the results from the stress test and everything, of everything looks fine. It's like, so what the hell? Why am I getting palpitations? Why am I waking up in the morning with my whole body vibrating and my chest going? Um, and I explained to they all started to leave the room, and I was in there with one last nurse, or I assume she was a nurse. And I was talking to her about all this stuff, and she's like, "Yeah, yeah." That's like, validating what I'm saying. And I tell her, like, and the most annoying part about it is none of this ever existed until after I got COVID, and I'm not Mr. COVID conspiracy. I got my shots, I got my vaccines, I got the booster, whatever. Um, but it's just like, it's still an unknown thing, so I don't know what anything is, and I'm anxious anyway. And she just went like, "Yep." A lot of people have been saying that. A lot of people have come in with that, got this stuff after having COVID or after having the vaccine. So it's like, so it's not just me. And I have seen a lot online of people reporting. I think I talked about in one of the videos before, like a month ago, that people were like, "Oh, I was diagnosed with POTS or POTS or whatever after having COVID. I have diagnosed with this. I have reduced lung capacity, which I definitely have reduced lung capacity now. I definitely feel like I get tired way more easily. I used to be able to walk on the treadmill at like a 50-60% speed, 50-60%. I'd probably say just under the jogging speed, which is what I was doing earlier yesterday for the stress test. I used to be able to walk that for like an hour, no problem, every day, and I would be able to sprint for. I would be able to do a pretty decent little sprint on the treadmill for like 5 to 10 minutes straight, depending on the day, without getting too winded. And now, if I walk on the treadmill for half an hour, I'm like, my legs are throbbing. I am tired, and I know that I'm a little older. I'm a few years older than when I used to do that, but it's still like it's. I'm not. I don't just sit around in my room. Well, I do, but like, my job, I walk around a lot, and whenever I'm doing stuff, I'm physically active. I go for walks, and I fucking watch me play airsoft, and you can see that I'm physically active. You watch me play airsoft, dude. I am zooming. And after having COVID, I'm just like, I get tired. I get fatigued. It's like I'm over encumbered in a video game. If you ever play fucking Skyrim or something like that, you have too much stuff. You're walking slower. Your stamina goes down faster, and that's what it feels like. And so I definitely feel like having COVID affected me in some way. Um, and who knows what it is, but I'm a lot less nervous about it now. Um, as far as drinking caffeine goes, I still haven't had any caffeine in, like, I don't know. I'm guessing like 2 months, something like that. Whenever, uh, which sucks because I really do miss drinking energy drinks because they taste yummy and they're like my normality. It's how I start my days. I don't feel like my day has started until I've had an energy drink, kind of thing. It's like people with their coffee, whatever. And as much as smoothies are a nice alternative, and I found this energy drink, Indrik. I don't know how you pronounce it, Indrik. It's no caffeine, but it's in like a supplemental energy drink. It's like not caffeine or nothing like that, and that's fine. But it's no NOS. I want a NOS. I also don't want to be on metoprolol. I don't want to be on that. I want to go back on my mood stabilizers instead. So hopefully, when I hear back from my cardiologist, he'll just be like, "Yeah, everything seems okay. Um, you don't need to be on the metoprolol. I hope. I hope he says that because I don't want to be on it because it's a beta blocker and I don't want it to slow. Like my metabolism's already going to slow down enough not having energy drinks because that kickstarts your metabolism and it keeps your heart pumping a little bit faster throughout the day, so you're constantly burning more calories. Which is probably half the reason why I do stay so skinny is because of energy drinks. And they also just suppress my hunger, which I'm fine with. I'm way hungrier now than I would normally be when drinking energy drinks, and I don't like being hungry because I don't like, I love food, but I don't like eating a lot. I'm fine with eating one time a day. I don't want to eat more than that. Uh, and yeah, so I want to be off the metoprolol. I don't want to take that. I want to go back on my mood stabilizers, and I'm hoping that the palpitations from waking up in the morning are caused by like maybe a sleep apnea or something like that. Like maybe, my breathing is reduced or my heart rate's lowering when I'm asleep so that my heart like kickstarts if it gets too low. And that's why I wake up from my heart racing because my body is like, ooh, heart rate's too slow. And then it speeds it up. So I do have like my sleep study thing. So, and I am picking up the sleep apnea one night test thing in a month. So everything's so far away. But I'm hoping that maybe it's just that. Maybe that's what's causing the morning and nighttime palpitations. And then 'cause I'm not getting the palpitations during the day anymore, probably since stopping caffeine. So I don't know. And I want to talk about all this to my cardiologist, but he seems incredibly dismissive about anything I have to say. He just like, I'll be trying to explain this, and he'll like, well, blah, 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 like interrupt me in a very casual way, and I'm just like, oh, just let me get my thoughts out. He didn't. I try to read him my notes of everything I was taking over like months of this happening, and he just didn't want to hear. He's like, nah, it's okay. I think we're gonna do this. I went, okay, you're the doctor, I guess. So I don't know. It's annoying, and part of me is just like, well, if they had no results from that, and then I can just fucking stop drinking caffeine and or at least have caffeine in way smaller doses way less often. Like I don't think me having a kickstart with 60 milligrams of caffeine is going to affect me. I don't think that's going to affect my heart at all. As long as I'm not taking the metoprolol, which if I can get them to take me off the metoprolol because I don't want to be on that. Because if I'm not diagnosed with a tachycardia or a heart disease or anything like that, then there's no reason why I should be on that. If I can get off that, go back on my mood stabilizers, and then be able to survive off of less than 100 milligrams of caffeine a day or every other day or every so often, then I'm good. I'm fine with that. And then I would just, because I can manage my intensity of if I'm working too hard, I can slow myself down. I can be more mindful of that, and I can, um, yeah. So that's kind of what I'm hoping we can do. And then with the sleep study thing, maybe I just have a sleep apnea thing where it's like, oh, well, the better thing to do is just sleep at a different angle, like sleep high up or something, which would be fucking weird. But like, if that's what could help, I don't know. But yeah, that's an update. That's what's going on right now. Want to let you guys know. So I'll let you know as soon as I know more.